Bowl. I believe my Auburn Tigers just scored a touchdown. I did watch the press conference that Ryan Day just had. I was very not surprised because he does make a lot of excuses, but I'm very disgusted by what he had to say about his own team for the game. I've kind of already talked about that before he started running his mouth after the game about how he likes to have excuses and stuff and just doesn't take the accountability of someone else just playing better or actually being coached better. And I've already talked about Ohio State's players. I'm going to give them more credit because, you know, I really hated to see that, but give me about 4 or 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's, I have to, no, you don't do that. Soccer fan, what's up, man? I'm back. Okay, let's talk about that press conference real quick. I saw Ryan Day's reaction. I'm very disappointed in how he reacted to that loss. He first of all, congratulations to Michigan again. And I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm speaking from a college football fan perspective, even though the video says Michigan fan. Go blue. Um, I'm gonna be honest here, okay? I'm gonna be the most honest Michigan fan right now. We, as a Michigan team, we did not outplay Ohio State today. That's right. We didn't outplay them. We didn't even outcoach them. We were mentally stronger. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about physical strength. I'm not talking about talent strength or anything like that. What I mean is Ohio State, Ryan Day was mentally messed up from the last 3 games. He's even admitted that that game has messed up his life a lot. And it showed. Let's go back to that play where Warren threw the interception at the goal line, basically, and gave Ohio State the ball on a silver platter. And then what does Ohio State do? No, not there. Where Michigan got the interception, then they gave the ball right back to Ohio State with another interception of their own. And what does Ohio State do? They run the ball. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And that right there told me everything that I needed to know about Ryan Day. And again, I'm not bashing the players, okay? A lot of Michigan fans and players are bashing them or whatever, but I'm not here to do that. Ryan Day he hurt them today. Okay? Again, Michigan is not better than Ohio State this year, okay? That we knew that going into the game. I pretty much knew that, but as a Michigan guy, I was going to go down with my troops, so I picked Michigan to win the game, and they did. The running game shows that Michigan outran them a lot. Look, again, when you're Ohio State and you're right there to score, how did Ohio State score the touchdown that they had? Quickly as they did, by the way. They did by throwing the football, right? And why did Ryan Day not throw the football? I know he didn't call the plays. Chip Kelly's the offensive coordinator. I get all that. But you got to know that Chip Kelly understands who his boss is. I don't know what Ryan Day was trying to prove by running the football. He clearly had no success running up the middle outside of that one run from Quinshon Judkins. I don't understand. So my point is, I feel like Ryan Day is wrong for doing that, man. We're blaming his own team for not being able to beat Michigan. That was his fault. Okay? Play calling was lousy. The way he prepared his team was lousy. Look, I don't understand. I mean, look, and I'm a Michigan fan. I can talk about it now because the game's over with. Ohio State, every time they attacked the perimeter, every time they threw the ball downfield, it was in favor of Ohio State. Okay? And again, Ohio State fans are obnoxious, but I got quite a few Ohio State fans I'm really cool with. One used to be my boss. The other person I work with at the school, great people. But Ryan Day, he deserves to be fired. I saw where he basically just said, well, the wind, it was real windy out there, and that really hurt us. I'm guessing he's talking about his kicker. By the way, Michigan kicked the field goal too. Kicked 2 field goals and made theirs. And he's talking about how our players just didn't execute. Well, whose fault is that? It's yours, Ryan Day. That's your fault. Not your team's fault, not your players' fault, not your coaching staff's fault. Jim Knowles is the best hire he's ever had at Ohio State, okay? The players he has are elite players. His players are better than Michigan's players. That I know, we all know, okay? But it's disappointing. He deserves to be fired, because he has the most talented team in the Big Ten. The best players in the Big Ten go to Ohio State. We all know this, okay? And I've admitted that. But the thing is, I'm very disappointed how Ryan Day handled himself at the press conference. I'm very disappointed in what he had to say, pretty much throwing his team under the bus while he was basically putting blame somewhere else. It's like that person it's like that girlfriend that gets caught cheating, and then she basically tells the guy, well, you made me do it. That's basically what he was doing. I mean, you can't be doing that. I mean, again, I'm not calling him a girl or anything, but what I'm saying is he's not taking accountability. He could have just said, well, you know what, man, Michigan wanted it more than me today. I feel like I should have called better plays. I should have done this and that better. That would have been a lot more acceptable. Now, it looks bad because of who he lost to, but, all jokes aside, because Michigan lost all their players, but all jokes aside from earlier, this is his fault. This is his fault that his seniors are going through that. He don't care about them players. He talked about I'm feeling for those guys. You can't say that after you basically just blamed your team for losing that game. That's so messed up, man. That is so messed up. It was disgusting to watch that press conference. And honestly, I don't have a problem with Michigan's players getting pepper sprayed. They should not be putting that flag in the middle of the field. That, in all seriousness, is messed up. Yeah. I'm being realistic. It's funny and all as a Michigan fan, but you also understand you won the game. You don't need to be disrespectful. Like one of the like Johnson said, the commentator for the game. There's no need for that. You won the game. You beat them at their place again. You've pretty much turned Columbus into Michigan. Okay, great. You don't have to do all the extra stuff, man. Get your win and get out of there. Because there was some serious injury that could have happened and all kinds of things. Now, look, Michigan still has to play for a bowl game. By the way, Michigan has not been very good in bowl games lately. Outside the national title game and the Alabama Rose Bowl win, before that with Jim Harbaugh, they couldn't win a bowl game before 2015. Since 2015, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm not shocked about how Ryan Day handled that. He's always made excuses for losing and pretty much never accepted the blame for it and blamed on someone else, referees, hash marks, weather was bad, they stole our signs. He's never said that, but you know, it's pretty pathetic, you know. Like Johnson said, they didn't cheat this time. So when I talked about what's the excuse, I'm not talking to the Ohio State fans. I'm not talking to the players. Definitely not. The players aren't the problem. They outplayed Michigan's players today because they were the better team. Ryan Day is out of excuses. In all seriousness, he needs to be fired. I want to know what you guys think. I'm not going to end my live stream right now, but I am watching my Auburn Tigers play Alabama right now. And from what I'm seeing, Alabama's moving the football again. Excuse me. Well, I just thought I'd talk about that because that was just messed up. And again, I'm a Michigan guy. I like Michigan. You know, you got to respect how a team plays hard for you and basically puts their life on the line. Ohio State's quarterback, I don't like what he had to say about Michigan earlier this week. I was pretty fired up about that, especially when he got hit. I wasn't happy about him getting hit and like that, and clearly it messed up the rest of the game. I was like, hey, man, that's what you get for running your mouth in this game. You shouldn't be saying anything. But you got guys like that get hurt and they risk themselves just for you not to manage the game and win the game by calling better plays and putting your players in better positions to make plays. That really bothered me to see that again, you know. And look, I can say that because Michigan won. I can say these things, but anybody watching me agrees deep down. Even Michigan fans would agree. That's why I have another person that just showed up. Welcome to my live stream. But we basically just took our Big Ten title and we said, you know what, we're not good enough to win it this year. But you ain't getting it. Let's give it to Penn State or Oregon. So, because that's what's about to happen anyways. Shout out to Ohio State, though. Their team is really good. They got some great players. I respect their players very, very much. And as always, when the draft comes up, like this past year, and even the year before when CJ was drafted, I've always given respect out to the players that go to the NFL and try to make more money than what they already have earned in college, better themselves as a man, as an athlete, and for their family. So I hate to see the players lose like that because they'll never play college football for Ohio State again unless they play in their bowl game. And I highly doubt they make it to the playoff. Not because the players. Again, it's a difficult situation because Ohio State's players played really good today. You know, outside of late in the fourth quarter, which I said was what would have happened. Michigan could not run that football to save their life. Outside of the one quarterback keep with Alex Orji, they couldn't run the football. They were tired. Of course, Caleb Mullins had over 100 yards. He had 30-something tries to get that, which is impressive on his part. But, you know, Ohio State wasn't soft. I will no longer call them a soft team. They're not soft. Their fans do make a lot of excuses, but Ryan Day is the main one making excuses. So thank y'all for joining, by the way. But Ohio State, much respect, man. Y'all need to fire that coach, though. He's really hurting y'all. You know, I'm not going to sit here and even say I told you so because Ohio State is not a soft team. I'm out of the heat of the moment. I know they're a great team. You know, it is what it is. Oregon, they beat us too, so I can't laugh about it too much. But yeah, let me go check out my Tigers. I'll be right back. Thank y'all for showing up. Thanks for the 2 likes I got. I really appreciate that. I've said I wanted to go live a lot more, and I will. So thank you guys. I'll be right back. Give me about 3, 4, 5 minutes, or whatever. Well, my Tigers just forced a fumble. Then they gave the ball right back to Alabama. That makes me happy. Hey, what's up, man? But yeah, it's I lost a lot of respect for Ryan Day how he reacted to that, basically blaming his players because he can't call a game properly to win against a lesser team like Michigan this year because they are lesser than Ohio State. It's too much mouth. I'll never forget when he got into that, I guess that argument with Jim Harbaugh, whatever that was. He said, "I want to hang 100 on Ohio State. I'm on Michigan. You can't even do that." I think he scored 80 something points in 4 years. Has not scored more than 27 points in the last 4 years against Michigan. But hey, um, it is what it is. I'm not getting much engagement here, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this live stream off. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you. And go blue. But always respect to the Buckeyes. They got a good team this year.